Shalom. We'd like to give all praise and all honors to Yahweh, and by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, and by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of the great millstone that taught us this truth. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. Shalom. Welcome to today's lesson. Today's lesson. I am your Hebrew Israelite brother, Mashaba, here in the city of Detroit. Okay, today's lesson. Welcome to today's lesson. Today's lesson is on Galatians chapter 4, verse 11. And it reads, I am afraid of you. You see? I am afraid of you. You see? What is this meaning to? What is this referring to? Read on a little bit further. You see? Least I have bestowed upon you labor in vain. You see that? You see that? That's the Lord saying, I am afraid of you. Least I have bestowed upon you labor in vain. You see, and that's to the reason why some brothers, they come into this truth and then they fall off, and you don't see them no more, or they mingle in with the those that are just not right. You could call themselves out there pushing the truth, and they're not doing that. They're not doing that, And then so a lot of brothers have gotten to the point where you can see it. I know some of you guys there inside the camp, y'all can see it amongst the guys that's in the camp. Why do you think you always hear me say, make sure, you be careful of the brother that's next to you standing in the line in the camp? Because that brother may be going through something, but both of y'all, we all going through something, but some of us may be going through a little bit more than others, and they can't quite handle it. Sirach chapter 2, verse 1, my son, prepare thyself for temptation, when you come to the Lord. You see, Salakia. And see, so this is what, a lot of brothers have not prepared themselves for. They came in for the glitz and glamour. Some got themselves to thinking that, hey, maybe they can get them a female, or all these different types of ideas people have in their mind that are worldly, you see, and that's improper, you see. But Yahweh Shai said, I shall search Jerusalem with a candlestick. You see, he's going to find those that sitting on their duffs. And for the guys that don't turn away from the truth, it's like the Lord is going to beat you with many stripes. He's going to beat you with many stripes because here it is. He has bestowed upon us labor. Like Matthew chapter 25, where the coins were given, the talents were given unto him who had 10 talents, now 5 talents, then the other 2 talents, then the other one. The one that had the 1 talent, well, he did what? He hid his in the ground, and he didn't invest it. He didn't do no work. He didn't do no work because he didn't have no faith. He didn't have any faith that he could grow, you see. And a lot of brothers don't have faith that they can grow. They don't have that, because if a brother has faith, and guess what? He's got works. He's got works. That's all it is to it. He's got works. You see what I'm saying? Now, this is Galatians chapter 4, verse 11, the NLT version. Okay, this is the NLT version. I fear for you, you see. Because the Lord knows his wrath for you if you don't get things right and proper. Perhaps all my hard work, you see, the Lord's hard work with you was for nothing. You see that? For nothing. Hey, is that what you want the Lord to say to you? No. That's the reason why, by knowing the terror of the Lord, what we do, we persuade men toward this word. We Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 16, we are fishers of men. You see, even though each man must be persuaded in his own mind, still, we're out there what? With the fishing rod and the fishing line and the hook and the bait, this word, and we out there fishing for Yahweh's sons. His hope for the elects. We're fishing, you see. And you sisters too. And you sisters too. So look, we're going to go off into some of these precepts that we have here. Uh-oh. My screen will be sticking. Sometimes it don't stick and sometimes it do. Okay, anyway, we got some precepts here. We got a whole bunch of but this is going to be a short video. 2 Corinthians. Now, this is going straight on off into it. Damn. Okay, let's bring it back up then. How about that? Now, okay. Now, this is 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 2, concerning for I am jealous for you with the jealousy of God himself. And you know, Yahweh, he made it clear. He is a jealous Elohim. He is a jealous God. He made it clear. Back in Exodus, he made it clear. He is a jealous God, and thou shalt not serve no other God before me. Hey, Yahweh wasn't playing when he said that. He wasn't playing when he said that. He wasn't. He meant it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why some of you brothers, when you call yourself dropping off, going back into the world, letting go of the plow, what you're doing, that is a form of you committing adultery. Because we belong to Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. We are his bride. You know what I'm saying? So how is we going to go out and step out into false doctrines? You know what I'm saying? You have to get yourself straight with focus within this word. Study to show thyself to approve. To Yahweh, I promised you as a pure bride. Woo! I promised you as a pure bride. You see? We belong to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. We are pure bride unto him. You understand? So how can you turn and go back into the world, thinking that you're not going to be able to, thinking that you're going to be able to just blend right in and just fit right back into the square peg, round hole of the Jesus believers. Damn, I said that name on my video. Fuck. I'm like, I gotta go wash my motherfucking mouth. God damn it. Whew, boy. Anyway. To one husband, Mashiach. You understand? To the Mashiach, that's who we belong to. And you don't want him feeling it as if the work that he has set aside for you to do, that he has made them. Remember, Yahweh, before he created anything, before he even created Yahushua, he first sit back, 2nd Esdras chapter 6, and thought about it all. He thought about everything first before he did anything. You see? All these things that we do, you see how I just turn my head, look to the left? You see? Whatever I see, whatever that's there, is there because Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua has written it in for it to be there. You see? Whatever you see, whichever way you look, whatever there, is there because Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua has wrote it in. That's what you're going to see when you turn your head. You see? Just like a blade of grass or the wind blowing those little puffs across the sky, or a butterfly and stuff fluttering its wings right by you as you sit on the porch and stuff, and it's a squirrel run across the ground and run up on the tree and stuff, and it's the birds and stuff fly and feed the baby birds. All these things of nature, and that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua himself has first thought about it all. Every cloud that goes by and every shape that a cloud has, it has that shape because Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, he is the one that has made that decision. He handles all matters. Not me, not you. Okay. So, and we read on. And undivided, you see, let's read it again. 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I fear, hold on, we said we're going to make a short video now. But I fear that somehow your pure and undivided devotion to Mashiach will be corrupted. You see? Just as Eve, you see, she was beguiled by who? Esau is Edom, the serpent. You see in the garden. She was beguiled. She took in those false philosophies and that he had given unto her. You see? And see, so that way she was what tainted. You see, she was beguiled. You see? Just as Eve was deceived by, you see, as Eve was deceived, would that take us to what? 2 Corinthians, no, 2 Timothy, chapter 2, verse, 14, I do believe that is. And Adam, being that he was not deceived, but the woman who was deceived is the one that was in the transgression. You see? You see? You see why? Because Job chapter 39, verse 17, Yahweh did not depart the wisdom or the understanding upon her. And the time will come, as the word of the Lord says, he shall pour out his spirit upon all flesh. And so, even the Edomites, the heathens, have visions and dreams. But does that make them a hopeful elect? And so when a sister has some visions and dreams and different things, does that make her a hopeful elect? Remember Tabitha in the Bible? What verse was that, Tabitha? She was considered a disciple of the Lord. Peter had even went and visited her body in the upper chamber, and the rest of the disciples had knew about it. I forgot exactly the verse that is. Slakia. Somebody put it in the comment board. Okay. Eve was deceived by the cunning ways of the serpent. You see, Esau is Edom. 2 Corinthians, verse 2 Corinthians, chapter 12, verse 20. Hold on, let me check. Okay, good. We're about to end this off. We're going to read a few more of these. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 20. For I am afraid that when I come, I won't like what I find. You see, because the Lord says, shall I find faith? Shall I find righteousness? Shall he? Only in his men shall he find this. You see, and you won't like my response. Damn, baby. Yahweh said, and you won't like my response. Woo! Second Esdras, I think that is, chapter 16, verse 11. Who should be but beaten down to powder in the presence of the Lord? You see? You see, and the Lord says, I should not meet thee as a man. You see? You see? Yahweh said, you won't like my response. You understand? To all you brothers that don't turn away from the word, don't turn away from the Lord, you are Yahweh Shai's bride. Where you think you're going? Jeremiah chapter 3. Okay? Verse 3. Okay? I am afraid that I will find quarreling, jealousy, anger, selfishness, slander, gossip, arrogance, and disorderly behavior. Now, ain't that what's going on inside some of the camps right now? Ain't that what's going on inside some of the camps right now among some of the brothers? Remember, I told you this before. Yahweh has a physical GMS camp, and Yahweh Shai also has a spiritual GMS camp. Just because you got GMS in front of your name, that don't mean that you are hopeful elect. And just because you don't have GMS in front of your name, that don't mean that you're not a hopeful elect. Remember, Romans chapter 9, verse 15 through 18. It's not the race is not up to the fastest, the swiftest, the strongest, and all this as we enter into the others' labors. You see, but it's up to the decision of mercy and compassion is up to Yahweh and Yahweh only. That's why, again, I told you, he give each and every man a level of faith. Because he has already written and made the determination. Remember, there is no free will. There is no free will. Matthew chapter 8? Is that Matthew chapter 8, verse 23? No, 28. Going on down to 32, I think that is. It's got to be Matthew's. Yeah. Right. Anyway, 2 Corinthians chapter 12, we about to close this out. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 21. Yes, I am afraid that when I come again, Yahweh will humble me in your presence. Ooh. And I will be grieved. Why? Because he's coming to slaughter and slay. Yahweh, he's not coming to sit and pray with you, to give you nuts and berries and hugs and kisses and shit. He ain't about to do all that. He ain't come to do all that. He come. Luke chapter 12, verse 49. I come not to bring peace upon the earth. I come to bring fire. But what would I if it already be kindled? You see, because things are already going to be jumping off here on earth. You see, and all types of chaos and calamities are going to be happening one way or the other. And I will be grieved because many of you have not given up your old sins. Ooh, man. That's all of us. We all have something that we are holding back one way or another that we don't think very much of. But it's all on record. Remember, Moses. He was Yahweh's most greatest, most faithful servant. Okay? And yet he did not make it to go into the promised land. How come? Because he erred. You got to ask yourself, are you greater than Moses? Are you Yahweh's most greatest faithful servant? Has Yahweh himself, using the finger of the Lord, carved out some laws, statutes, and commandments and judgment and hand them to you for you to come down off a mountaintop with? Has he done these things? Has he used you to do these things? And so you got to ask yourself, if you're not as great as Moses, what are you doing? You see, what are you doing?